Hi, I'm Derrick.
And I'm Deborah.
And welcome to the Derrick and Deborah Show. We are extremely excited about the fact that you've joined in with us today for another episode here on the Derrick and Deborah Show. We got some great things to talk about today. But Lady D, before we go any further, talk to the people and tell them what we need them to do.
Listen, we have a goal of 500 subscribers, okay? We need you to subscribe to the Derrick and Deborah Show, and we need you to get all of your friends and family members to subscribe to the Derrick and Deborah Show. We drop a new segment every Monday night at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it. So subscribe. Push the button right now so that you will know when the new show drops. Right, Pastor Derrick? Yeah,
Yes.
You're going to be Pastor Derrick again.
Yes, I'm Pastor
Yes.
Derrick. And yes, we want you to subscribe right now. Help us build a population. 500 subscribers. We believe it's going to take place. Matter of fact, the word teaches us if we come together as such and agree on anything, it shall be done.
Done.
Church is over now. Okay.
Over.
So let's jump into this discussion today. So.
Okay, I need to give a quick disclaimer. Okay, I need to give a quick disclaimer.
Okay.
We are going to talk about a topic today that could be very touchy. I'll just say it like that. It could be even controversial, okay? And I want to say that we respect everyone's right to choose to live their life the way they want to live it.
We do.
However, we're going to talk about a topic today that hit the news recently that we find very interesting.
Interesting.
Okay? I want to talk about this whole idea of gender neutral children, parenting, okay? It's gender neutral parenting. Now, I have 5 children, five. I'm the mama of 5 babies. 4 of those are boys and 1 is a girl. When I had my children, you had to make a choice. It was a boy or a girl. Now,
They brought them into pink or the blue.
now, technically, you didn't make a choice. That choice was made for you when that baby was born. Correct. They brought that, or actually, when you had the baby, the doctor presented that baby to you, and they said, it's a boy.
Right.
Oh, it's a girl.
Or even the sonograms.
The whole purpose behind having ultrasounds was, in most cases, was because we wanted to know the gender of our baby before it was born. Now we progress to the point where people are having gender reveal parties.
They are.
And when they have a gender reveal party, they pop a
balloon or
something, right?
Whatever it is.
A piñata,
something blue pops out or something pink.
Or something pink pop. There's no reason for a gender reveal party if we're going to be gender neutral.
Agreed.
Right? Okay, so I just heard about this. Gender neutral parenting. Some states, countries, or whatever is adopting this idea, or they have male, female, and X on the birth certificate. And as a parent, you can now select X and have this baby that is gender neutral.
Yeah.
You don't declare when your child is born that it is a boy or a girl.
It's very interesting to me because what I see that is happening is the society is kind of trending towards no boundaries and also no expectations. It's anything can kind of go. You're even seeing it with some of the trainings that are taking place in our public school systems, where they are teaching the employees how to identify the kids not as him or her, but identify as hey or it. So kids are becoming the heys and the its and not just hims and hers. So, and it's all so that they're not offensive to any person based upon where they choose to identify themselves in gender.
Okay, so in this particular story that I saw, the parents had a child and they're raising their kids gender neutral. And this child said, oh, today I can be a boy and tomorrow I can be a girl. That, when I say that, just messed up my mind, because when you are born with some body parts.
Certain body parts, right?
That say you are a male or a female. We don't want to use boy and girl. We're not going to use male and female. We're not going to say him and her. I'm like, you've already been declared one or the other when you're born. So to say I can be a boy today and a girl tomorrow, it messes with my mind. Article went on to say that, you know, you could go to school and maybe you were born a male, but you're going to see boys at school wearing tutus and girls wearing Spider-Man costumes.
Yeah. It's amazing how society is changing so much and embracing almost any idea that comes along. And it's dangerous. For me, I have 3 kids, and my 2 older are boys, my younger is a girl. I'll be a little fearful of my daughter walking into a bathroom with a dude who yesterday was a guy.
Or a person.
A person who
and
yesterday
you
was a guy.
think it's a girl, but it's a guy.
It's a guy.
Right.
Because,
right.
Can I just be honest, going back in my day?
Right.
Now, if I would have had this back in my day, I probably would have manipulated the dress codes some days. So I could have been in the bathroom with some of the girls. Hey.
How do you think this is? Because, okay, if we're doing gender neutral and we're doing gender neutral across the board, then at home, I'm not mommy and you're not daddy.
You have to keep it consistent.
And I'm saying that because it won't just, if this trend, as it is called, really takes hold and takes off, it's going to impact in a lot of ways.
It is.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say this again. I respect everybody's right to choose.
Right.
This doesn't work for me.
And watch, it's going to catch fire. We're already seeing it. You're seeing certain states that are already passing the laws as it relates to the restrooms. These are foundations being laid where you may be a male in that restroom and you may have a female come in the same restroom. And so they're already having, so the groundwork is being laid. It's coming our direction. We're seeing more same-sex adoptions. So it's coming our way. It's becoming the norm now. And what's crazy to me is how those who choose to be heterosexuals and those who tend to be identified as either I am a man or I am a woman, we're starting to be considered the outcast now. And, when it started, I think one of the most famous kids, and we talked about it a little earlier, one of the most famous kids that we saw that kind of really introduced this, especially to the African-American community, was Will and Jada Smith's son.
Right,
and
Jaden.
So, Jaden, when he first came out with it, it was like, that's different. But no longer is it different anymore. And that's
I didn't think it was different. I thought and I'm just being honest. When I saw him with a skirt on, I thought, this is so weird. What is going on?
Right.
Because again, I didn't grow up in a society, and again, I don't want to. Yes, we're moving towards a more open society, a more open culture. No limits, no boundaries, no definitions. That's not totally good.
It's not.
It's not totally good. And I don't think we consider the negative side of things.
Which has nothing to do with sexuality.
It has nothing to do with sexuality, but I don't think we consider the negative side of things when I say when we, I mean when our government enacts or allows certain things. So it kind of troubles me. It kind of bothers me.
Because like you said, there are so many other things that it may be this inconsistency now as it relates to the gender. But then you start getting into other inconsistent things. Now you have people who are not wanting to be committed to employments. You have people now that's not wanting to be committed to leases or apartment rentals. It just inconsistency starts to say, so now you're gonna give a standard to me? There's a rule, because a world with no standards is a dangerous world.
But can you, I mean, from the standpoint of just relationships, my daughter's 35, so I don't have the same concerns from that standpoint as you do with your daughter that's like, what, 11, 12?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine Kayla meet somebody and she starts dating this person that she thinks is a male?
Yeah.
And then finds out that it's not a male, it's a female. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine what that does to her emotionally?
Yeah. I'm prayerful that they're being upfront and honest. I have a few people that I know that...
If you are gender neutral, you don't identify yourself as one or the other,
Yeah.
but you
But
can...
I'm hoping that they have that conversation. Like, for instance, using the same example, I'm hoping that the person who is gender neutral will have an open conversation with my daughter to say, hey, I'm gender neutral, in the onset of the relationship when they first meet.
Yeah.
So then from there, she can make a choice whether I want to deal with this type of relationship or not. What I have found in some of the individuals that I have come across, they have not been, and I'm referring to people that have done different things with their bodies. And so they've had actual sex changes and those kind of things. Mm-hmm. They're not always open to the other individual about what they've done,
right?
Which prevents the other individual from making a choice. Mm-hmm. Because just because that's what you decide to do don't mean that that individual will say no to you. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying at least give them the opportunity to have a choice in the situation. And sometimes people just take upon themselves to prevent the other person from the choice, and that's what I'm afraid of.
Now, that's another show, but I will say this. If I've decided to transition and I've had the surgery, and now I am no longer a female, I'm a male, then I'm a male. Mm-hmm. I think the difference is one today and something else tomorrow. Mm. I think that's a confusing kind of, I don't mean no harm, but my husband can't wake up and decide he gonna wear my dress. That can't happen.
I understand.
And so I do think moving forward, in terms of relationships, people will have to communicate more and communicate better. The crazy part is sometimes you don't even know what questions to ask because if you're not knowledgeable about certain things, you can find yourself in a situation and not even know what's happening and not know what questions to ask because you don't know anything about it.
The other thing is you got to be careful because you can ask the right questions but be offensive at the
Well,
same time,
you know
too.
what?
So some people be like, I can't believe you did this. I can't even believe you asked me this. But that's the way that society is right now.
Well, you know, and I don't mean no harm, but when a female meets a guy, if you're looking for a heterosexual relationship, you need to ask him, I'm sorry, but do you prefer women or men or both?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's a whole nother show, right?
Times have changed.
But those are real. If we're going to progress in our relationship, there's a level of conversation that needs to take place,
right,
so that I can be comfortable and I can be clear about who you are in this relationship, and I can decide whether this is the relationship that I want to move forward with.
Yeah.
So
I totally agree.
so it requires more communication. Hard subject.
Hard subject.
Really hard subject.
And again, we still say, as we said at the beginning of the show, that your choice is your choice.
Right.
And we respect your choice.
Right. We respect your right to choose. We're just broaching a subject that is out there, a trend that is growing. Why? Because we want you to be aware as well. You have a baby and you land up in the hospital and there's an X for you to choose from.
Right.
That would be a little mind-boggling.
Yeah.
So tell us what you think. Tell us how you feel. And again, we won't be offended if you disagree with us. We respect your right to choose and we respect your opinion, and we hope that you will respect ours as well.
Yes. Tough topic. So everything that we talk about is not just funny.
Right.
Some things are definitely serious. And this is one of our topics today. And we would love to hear back from you on this topic. So until next week.
See ya. Have a good week.